Welcome to BASE at the University of Waterloo. I'm Keely Cook, an Assistant Director of the English Language Institute and one of an amazing team of BASE instructors. I'm joined by two former BASE students, Jose Montoya, a Management Engineering student, and Juha Zhang, an Arts and Business student. And today, we're going to talk to you about the Bridge to Academic Success in English program. So, you've been given a conditional offer of admission to the University of Waterloo through the Bridge to Academic Success in English or BASE program. Congratulations! In this presentation, we're going to talk about what you can expect the BASE program to be like for both 1- and 2-term BASE, the courses that you will study, the language and academic supports that are available to you, and the experiences that students like you will have both inside and outside the classroom. You'll see that BASE has a lot to offer. It gives you a great foundation with the potential to achieve your future academic goals. Let's hear from Jose about his experiences in BASE.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jose, and I am an international student from Ecuador, and I'm in my 1B term of management engineering. When I first received my offer of admission through BASE, I remember I was very conflicted. I didn't know how to feel or what to do next because I had already spent a year, it had already been a year after I graduated high school. So the idea of spending one more year, not quite in university, but in some in-between program was kind of confusing to me. However, it did help that I have friends from Ecuador, from my country, who were already in university, who had gone through BASE. So I was able to reach out to them and ask them what the BASE opportunity was like, if they would rather recommend doing BASE or trying again. And from their experience, they said that BASE was a really valuable thing to go through. So I decided to do it, and I definitely do not regret it. The structure of BASE is not only to learn English, but to get, of course, those English skills that you will need to learn the academic content that you see through, for instance, in my case, my physics or calculus or environmental skills class, and then getting those two to complement each other. But not only that, you also get to develop some other skills through voluntary opportunities or extracurricular opportunities that you get to experience through BASE. So it's more of developing you as a student and a person to be able to better perform in university. One of the benefits of not only going through BASE, but going through BASE while living in Renison was that the Renison community helped me develop a sense of belonging. Especially having just arrived from Ecuador into Canada and not really knowing anyone here, getting that support network that Renison offer was really good for me to build a foundation in this country that would help me perform even better, but making me feel comfortable here. So the Renison community, through their events and through, for instance, the floor events that they usually had, and the very sense of how everyone is getting together. Whenever in the cafeteria, you talk to people and they're very friendly, and then everyone in the staff, in faculty in Renison is also really friendly. So that sense of community really helped me feel like I belonged in Waterloo and that I had something to do here, that this is my place to be. Another benefit of living in Renison was that the cafeteria had all the meals, like for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, ready for me whenever I needed it. However, there were times where the food there, it was good, but it didn't feel like home. So having the opportunity to use my pantry, which is like a small kitchen that they provide to us with all of the ingredients and everything for us to cook, was a good chance for me to recreate a little bit of what I had back home here in Canada, especially if whenever somebody went back for Christmas or whatever, they came back with a few ingredients that were from home. We got that space in my pantry to cook together. That was the best part, actually. Not only the chance to recreate food from Ecuador, but with my fellow Ecuadorian friends who also lived in Renison, we would all go to my pantry, for instance, and they would send a message on the WhatsApp group saying, "Hey guys, there is fritada day today." It's a typical Ecuadorian food, and we will all go running into my pantry. So if you have received your BASE offer and you maybe feel like perhaps that's not for you, you've read through the description and say, "Hey, maybe I don't need this. What can I skip it?" I will tell you, don't. You have this one chance that most people don't get that makes you stand out by giving you either a term or 2 terms to work not only on your English skills, but to work on yourself as well. Having the opportunity to get exposure to university life without having the entire workload of a university student, but having, of course, some requirements of like a certain number of hours they need to put in a week. But getting that opportunity to have also the time to explore campus and to participate in a community and getting all the foundation ready before you go out into the academic world of university here in Canada, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And that's something that is definitely going to make you different and stand out from others. And it's going to give you a great opportunity to work on many things that perhaps you need to work on before going into both academic or co-op challenges.
What is BASE? The Bridge to Academic Success in English program is a pathway or bridging program for international English language learners who have not yet met the University of Waterloo's English language requirement. It has been designed to help students build their language and academic skills within the context of their discipline or area of study. Studies show that students are more motivated and therefore more successful when they study language that is immediately relevant and connected to their future degree studies. So in BASE, not only will you build language skills that are useful, but you'll also become familiar with the academic and cultural expectations of your new learning environment. You might still be wondering why you have to take the BASE program. And let's be honest, some of you might be wishing that you didn't have to. Regardless of whether you're coming to Canada for the first time or whether you've been studying in a Canadian high school for 1, 2, or even 3 years, BASE is still very valuable for you. Studying in a Canadian university is very different from studying in a Canadian high school. And many students, both Canadian and international, can have a difficult time adjusting to their university studies. BASE is much more than just an English program because it also focuses on the academic skills that you will need to be successful in your future degree studies. Let's take a closer look at what you'll be studying while in BASE. In BASE, you'll have the opportunity to take a first-year credit course that is selected by your faculty. Depending on the course, and whether or not there are labs or tutorials, this course will usually be between 3 and 6 hours each week. For this course, you will attend classes with all other first-year students, Canadian and international. Your BASE instructor for University Skills and Strategies will also attend these lectures. By attending the credit course lectures, your BASE instructor is able to support you in your learning and help you to be successful in your credit course. So what do these supports look like? In your University Skills and Strategies course, your instructor will help you to develop the listening and note-taking skills for use in your lectures. You'll also build discipline-specific vocabulary and develop skills that will help you to better understand and apply credit course concepts. In addition to this course, you will also take BASE courses in academic writing and academic speaking. So, as you can see, you will spend 20 hours each week in your BASE courses on top of the 3 to 6 hours that you will spend in your credit course. One of the things I often hear from students in BASE is that they appreciate getting to experience what being a first-year university student is like. Each term that you're in BASE, you will take 1, or in some cases 2 credit courses. These courses, as I've said, have been chosen by your faculty because they are required courses for almost all programs, which means that they do count towards the completion of your degree. If you are a 1-term BASE student, you will take a credit course in the fall and begin your full degree studies in the winter. 2-term BASE students will take 1 credit course in the fall and another in the winter. So, if you happen to be an environment-based student in a 2-term BASE program, you'll take Geography 101 in the fall, a course on human geography and human habitats, And in the winter, you'll take an environmental studies course that examines environmental issues in a global context. For course descriptions of the credit courses that you will take, you can visit the University of Waterloo undergraduate calendar. I know you can't click on the link provided, but you can search up the calendar on your browser by simply entering the search term Waterloo undergraduate calendar. In BASE, you will be in language classes that are also specific to your faculty. One of the best things about BASE is that you'll be learning and using the language that directly applies to what you will need in your area of study. You will listen to lectures, learn vocabulary, read texts, and complete assignments that will prepare you for what you will be doing in your future discipline. What you do in your BASE language courses will set you up for long-term academic success. If you are a two-term BASE student, the courses that you take in the fall will serve as an introduction to university skills and strategies, academic writing and research skills, and academic speaking and communication strategies. In the winter, these courses will become more demanding. They'll have higher expectations, and the topics that you cover will become more complex. These courses will progress just like your continued language development. For one-term BASE students, these courses will be your starting point in the fall and will make sure that you are linguistically and academically ready to begin your full degree studies in the winter. As we have already discussed in your University Skills and Strategies course, you will build skills to be active participants in university lectures. In academic writing and research skills, you'll learn how to complete a variety of written assignments that are well-structured, well-researched, and grammatically accurate. For academic speaking and communication strategies, you will become more comfortable speaking in both formal and informal situations, such as group discussions and presentations. In all BASE courses, you'll work on tasks that are similar to those that you must complete as a future applied health sciences, arts, engineering, environment, or science student. So, if you are a science or applied health sciences student, you'll be taking labs that make use of cutting-edge equipment in state-of-the-art facilities. Your BASE courses will support you in the various stages of writing lab reports. You will also conduct research within your area of interest and learn how to share your findings in a scientific poster and technical presentation. If you are an arts student, you'll learn how to do research in the social sciences, discuss your research in academic seminars, and represent your interests through the creation of a digital portfolio. For environment students, BASE classes will help you to develop the crucial critical thinking skills that you will need to build and extend your awareness of environmental and sustainability issues that will confront you head-on through your coursework and within the community. As an engineering student, you'll experience hands-on learning as you participate in labs run by the Engineering Ideas Clinic and within a robotics challenge. These hands-on learning experiences will enable you to develop the teamwork, collaboration, and interpersonal communication skills that you will need to be successful in your engineering courses. Many of you will have received an offer to co-op. As you know, the University of Waterloo has the world's largest university work experience program, and in BASE, we build in opportunities for you to prepare for your future job searches. You'll get to develop your interview skills as you take part in both individual and panel interviews. You'll learn how to write resumes and cover letters that reflect current industry standards. And through the creation of an e-portfolio, you'll be able to highlight and speak to your accomplishments, should you wish to share this with a future employer. We recognize that many of you may have come from countries where students may not have a job in high school, nor a very developed resume. But don't worry, in BASE, we'll work together to ensure that you develop the skill sets that will make you competitive with other Canadian students who are looking for work as well. In addition to your BASE courses and instructors, BASE offers you a range of academic supports outside of the classroom to help you be successful. Your dedicated student experience team, comprised of support staff and peer leaders who are upper year University of Waterloo students, will provide you with plenty of opportunities to improve your interpersonal communication skills, enhance your employability through committee work and volunteer experience, and develop a strong social network. They host study sessions, social events, and excursions to allow you to continue to practice your English, as well as run leadership workshops and leadership teams. While your participation in this additional co-curricular programming is entirely optional, research shows, and even research that we've done within the BASE program, that students who become more involved outside the classroom are more successful academically and more active learners in the classroom. Becoming involved also means that you'll learn valuable time management skills that will benefit you throughout your university life. Again, if you don't have Canadian work or volunteer experience, these additional academic supports and co-curricular opportunities will be very important for you. Participating in volunteer committees and leadership workshops will help you to build the experiences that you will need both for your resume and in order to be successful in your co-op program. At this point, I think it's important that you hear from Jose about his experiences.
When I first arrived on campus, I felt like I had some background to go into the co-op hunt. However, that doesn't mean I wasn't entirely ready for it. There were many things about expectations and how to build a resume that were not only part of the language skill of it, but more of like the cultural background and the things that I should keep in mind when doing this and that. That really, it was the base program that helped me build those things. And moreover, the things that I included in my resume now are not the things that I would have included before base. It was most of the things that I did through that period, all of my extracurricular involvement, my voluntary opportunities, all of the things that I did while I was in base, having that transition period to work not only on my academic skills, but also on my employability in general and my personal development as an individual as a whole, that helped me to better strengthen my resume so that it would be ready for when I needed my co-op hand, which is actually this term.
And now I'd like you to hear from Juha, a former BASE student who's in her first year of arts and business at the University of Waterloo. She'll be speaking to you from her home in Panama.
Hi everyone, my name is Juha Singh, or you can call me Wally. I'm from both China and Panama. My program of study at UW is Honor Arts and Business. In this term, I'm so excited because I am officially a UW full-time student. The BASE program is designed to help us to integrate with the academic studies at the University of Waterloo. The BASE program is not only preparing us for our academic success, but also for our personal success. In all activities that I participated, I learned how to cooperate with each other and how to relax in a stressful learning environment. Before I start my online application to the University of Waterloo, I already investigated about the BASE program. And it was one of my biggest concerns because I believe that will be a waste of money and time because I have to spend extra time to improve my English. It makes me feel upset. But when I received my offer to the BASE program and to the University of Waterloo, that feeling of upset disappears. Renison helped me to build a community because each month they send us a BASE monthly events calendar. and it contains a lot of activities such as bonfire party, neon party, Renaissance festival, and including the bus trips to Tirana or to other places around Waterloo. And one of my favorite activities is speed friending, where I have the chance to practice my English with students from other Renaissance language program and students from the University of Waterloo. The base program has set me up for long-term success both academically and personally. It gives me the opportunity to learn and to success in the University of Waterloo, to get academic support in my studies, to build my professional skills, most importantly, to make friends and to explore the Canadian cultures. And the academic life as Renaissance in the base program was amazing.
Your base language classes and programming take place at Renison, which is located on the University of Waterloo campus and is only a 3-minute walk to the Student Life Center at the very heart of the University of Waterloo campus. Renison is not only home to the base program, but is also the home of the second largest major in the Faculty of Arts, Social Development Studies, a program designed to engage students with social issues and problem solving for social change. 95% of the students in this program are Canadian students, and all of them are interested in interactions with international students. So you'll have plenty of opportunities to practice your English both inside and outside the classroom at Renison. Renison also has a residence that houses students from all 6 faculties and, more importantly, is the home of the Base Living and Learning Community. The Base Living and Learning Community provides you with the chance to live in an interactive and diverse environment with your base peers. You will have the opportunity to learn from upper year students, join group study sessions, and attend organized events for base students living in residence. Perhaps the best part of being in the Base Living and Learning Community is just that. You'll be a part of a community, one that can stay with you throughout your university career. We recognize that it's natural for anyone leaving their family and friends to want to find a piece of home away from home. And this often results in students surrounding themselves with what is familiar, including the language of home. But choosing to be a part of the Base Living and Learning Community will provide you with a more diverse environment so that you can become a more successful and well-rounded student. But don't just take my word for it. Studies show that students who are part of the Living and Learning Community in their first year have a higher retention rate, which means that they're more likely to continue on in their studies after first year. They'll also have a higher rate of graduation, and they'll even achieve higher grades in their first year. I know that Jose, Juha, and I have given you much to think about today. If you still have questions about what your student experience in BASE will be like, or if you would like to learn more, follow us on one of our social media channels or connect with Ryan Connell, our Student Experience Manager, at ryan.connell@uwaterloo.ca. He'll be very happy to help you and answer all of your questions. It's been really great to have the opportunity to talk to you about the Bridge to Academic Success in English program, and I look forward to meeting you soon.